Hello, welcome to Avio's Journey. My name is Anthony. This show is about helping the new and upcoming voiceover artists grow their business, sidestep all the crazy things that this guy seems to step on. Happy Thursday. Today's video earlier, I was talking about in coffee time what to do when hard times come, when you're struggling with something like financially. Maybe, you're really concerned about, the money situation that you're going through, or relationships. Maybe something is very challenging going on with your spouse or your family. Maybe it's something broader. Maybe something's going on with your job. Maybe, something, you're worried you're going to lose your job or you've lost your job. Whatever it is, whatever challenges you're facing, I think sadly, the time I've been on this earth, I think I realize, and we all realize, is that these challenges are going to come, and no matter what we do, they're going to come. A lot of times they're unexpected, and they're really hard to deal with. And I always think that since I started my voiceover business over the last 8 or 9 years, crazy times have come and gone and come and gone. And what still remains is that even when those things happen, somehow we have to still get into the booth and perform. And I think that's kind of what I want to talk about today. How do you do that? How do you, when stuff is tough and times are hard and you feel like quitting and giving up, how do you keep moving forward? How do you withstand that pain and frustration and fear and uncertainty and get into your booth and perform? and because I think because of what we do, and because it is performance based, it's challenging to deal with everything we have, that we're dealing with, and then pretend that we're in a good place, pretend that we're happy. Part of our business is customer service to start, and is nothing more challenging and frustrating than having a really hard day and then having a really tough customer who just doesn't like what you're doing. And that's really hard. But it's all, it's hard to get into the booth and pretend like we're all excited and, to sell this product or be a happy character over here. And all accounts, we are not happy at all. We're very upset or sad or afraid or worried. Those times are hard. They are very hard. I think of all the things that we can do during those times, the one thing that we have to push ourselves to not do is nothing. We have to move forward no matter what. And, I don't know if you ever just kind of like a mental exercise. I don't know where I got thought about this, but I think it's probably because of a lot of self-improvement type of books over the years and everything that I've read and things like that. But, imagine if you could just put together the ultimate, path to success, and you've laid out a series of actions, which, for example, we have at Avio's Journey Academy, or, a lot of places probably haven't, right? And those actions are laid out in a yellow brick road, a golden road, right to the land of Oz, the perfection, success, everything you want. And when you sit and look at those actions from a 20,000-foot view, they're just a series of actions. Nothing more, nothing less. Just step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6. And what's interesting is a lot of it becomes more evident over time, right? If it was that simple and just a series of actions, why do we need millions upon millions of self-improvement books? Why do we need all of the things we need? We would just have one guide and that would be it. And I think because it lies in the emotional cost and struggle we face. Because if it is a series of actions, and if you strip away everything else, if you look at the most successful people, right, and throughout time, and how they did what they did, you can strip away everything and look at their actions. And their actions clearly led them to success, right? It was no like just magic dewdrops pops in their lap. It was their actions. So again, you go back to, well, then why has it maybe been difficult for me to get to a place because of that? Because it's only just about taking actions. But when you look at it, the actions themselves are never really the problem. The problem is what we determine it to be, which is based off of our emotion, our feeling, those sorts of things, right? And if we know doing this action leads to this, which leads to this, which leads to this, which leads to these actions, it's a no-brainer that we should do this action. But for some reason, we can't get ourselves to do that action, right? And so do you understand it's not the actions or any of those things that we don't know, and we actually know how to be successful. It's all laid out. I mean, you can find millions of guides. And interesting about them is, I mean, I'm not saying some aren't false, because clearly they are, but the majority of them have led some or many people to some form of success. But the actions themselves, again, aren't the problem. The challenge is our emotions and being able to control them, and then through those emotions, make ourselves do the actions. And moving into that, right, we call that, right, self-discipline. I think self-discipline is probably one of the hardest things. Lord knows I struggle with it so much. With my weight, with all kinds of things, I've struggled with it a lot. And, self-discipline is hard, right? Just like Coach Saban says, right? Self-discipline is knowing what you're supposed to do, and, knowing what you're supposed to do. When you don't want to do it, can you still make yourself do it? Right? Knowing what you're supposed to do, and, knowing that you don't want to do it, and can you still make yourself do it? And then also knowing what you're not supposed to do, but you still want to do it, can you make yourself not do it? Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, and it's interesting if you look at it that way. Those simple statements can kind of sum up all of it. Now, it's overly simplistic, because wrapped up in that is what we're talking about, and that's the emotions that we have to live with every single day. Okay? So becoming a person that can handle that and do what we have to do and keep those actions going devoid of emotion is it's impossible. Especially because of what we do as voice actors, because we have to wear our emotions on our sleeves, because that's a part of what we do, right? Sensitivity in the form of us being able to show feelings, us being able to show happiness, sadness, excitement, fear, all of these things that we're called upon to do as actors on a daily basis is exhausting. It is, because it's an emotional roller coaster, and that's why you have, and this is well known in the acting community, right? That's why there's actors that have lost their minds. It's true. There's actors who are very out there, and like it's you see it, right? Because that is something that we have to be, like we want to see. And in some senses, it has to be on call. In order to do that, our emotions are very heightened all the time. And that's how we can, a way to define drama as heightened, right? This is heightened drama. Heightened life is drama. Heightened life. So anyways, to bring all that back, we're at the series of actions, and we're at the struggles we have with our emotions. And we know that if literally taking the action is knowing what I'm supposed to do, but I don't want to do it, can I still make myself do it? That, on top of getting bombarded with emotions that want to make us crawl up in a little ball and not do anything, being able to curtail those emotions and do what you're supposed to do can make a massive difference. And we're gonna have it all. I mean, it's not one or another. It could be you lost your job. It could be your significant other left you. It could be someone in your family is very sick. It could be you've the government is after you. I don't know. It could be all sorts of things. You know what I mean? You could. I mean, it's not always just what is happening to you individually, because it could be anything. It's how we deal with it. And that, I guess, in our life, if we end this philosophical conversation, is really what our life boils down to. There's the challenges that come our way and how we handle them. And I guess success then would be defined not is one end on the actions you take, but on how you handle what happens to you, and then keep taking those actions. It sounded like a Rocky. Almost pulled a Rocky right there. But it's a good point, right? It's not how many times you get knocked down, but how many times you can get back up and keep moving forward, right? Because we're going to get knocked down a lot. And recently I've seen a lot of voice actors seemingly getting knocked down for a lot of things going on, whether it's in our country or whatever in their lives, and they're getting knocked down. You've got to get up and keep going forward. You got to get up and keep fighting. All right. Hope that was some food for thought today to get you out there and get you taking some action. You can do it. I know you can. Thank you guys so much. Check out VO's Journey Academy. Don't do this alone. You don't have to do this alone. This is tough. It's tough anyways. And to do it by yourself, you need a community, and we'd love to be your community. So you guys have a good one. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.